Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 11th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, Tesley, CONY, NVDY, Misty, AMZY, and PLTY. But first, just in case some of you were not aware, I did a live interview last night with Will Rind. He's the founder and CEO of Granite Shares. The reason I interviewed him is obviously they offer a product called Yield Boost. There's only one of them out, TSLY, and it's something different from YieldMax. And, I think the interview went pretty well. But in summary, it's a product where, it's an options ETF where they just sell puts on a weekly basis and they pay out what they make. And his goal specifically is to stay capital flat while paying out what they make. So again, it's a slightly different type of strategy, and I actually think it's kind of interesting, especially if you do not trade options yourself. I think this is probably at least worth looking into. But anyway, if you're interested in this interview, I will pin it to the top of the comments. The yield is not going to be as eye-opening as some of the YieldMax funds, but I know the latest TSLY payment, I think, was like a 30% yield. So anyway, it's of course based on what they make, right? They're not just going to pay a certain yield. If they don't make anything, they won't pay it, all right? Anyway, let's move on to the main event. Okay, here we go. Who had trades? Tesley definitely had trades, and Misty had trades. And believe it or not, none of the other four had trades. So, but again, the other four, I don't really have to do much work as these two, but whatever. So if you look at Tesley here, you see a lot of highlight here. So you see a buy to close and a put, right? And then a short sale and a put. Buy to close, put. So I think you get where we're going here. When they do a buy to close for a put, especially multiple times, more than likely what they're doing is they're getting out of their synthetic position. As we know, their synthetic positions were not doing well, So if you look here, they have a synthetic 400. The buy to close, they paid $55 million to close out 13,550 contracts. Safe to say that was a loss. Well, again, the price was locked in. It's based on the movement of the underlying, so there's really nothing you could do. And then it gets even worse because they had a 480, right? When they closed out the 4,000 contracts alone, that's 50 million. But then they had another 14,000 contracts they had to close, and then they had to pay 173 million. But again, it is what it is, unfortunately. The synthetic is what it is. It mimics the movement of the underlying, and they have to cash settle at some point because all synthetics, yes, they track the underlying, but there is an expiration date to each of the synthetics. It's not just buy and hold the underlying. The synthetics, you have to cash them out at some point, whether good or bad. In this case, it's bad. It's going to be a loss on the books. So now they're opening a new synthetic position. In fact, they decided to open two new positions. If you looked at buy, call, sell, put right here, right? They chose a 417 expiration, 350, and then same thing here. Buy, call, sell, put, right? And then they have a 355. So they went $5, I don't know what. Well, it's $5. What's the freaking point? But again, they pulled the Band-Aid off, okay? The damage is over. The gold diggers are gone. The gold diggers got paid off. I mean, really, really, really paid off. So we set them free. Bye-bye, and we will see them next time. All right, enough of that. Let's get into the actual spreadsheet so we can have a party here and then cry at the same time. So here's the 480. The total damage, 173 mil. Because again, mostly it's from the put, but obviously they did have a call, right? They sold a call. They only got 15 cents per share. The put, they paid 120 per share. Why is it 120? Well, look at the gap. 480 minus 350, right? What's that, 130? Plus they had some time value, so whatever. 120. Again, we don't know the time of the trade either, but it makes sense, right? That it costs that much. And then fifth, we're lucky, I guess we even got 15 cents per share for this, because the odds of Tesla going above 480 by expiration, I mean, yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, so that's a hit of 173 mil. You'll see that added to the synthetic disaster. And then the 400 in the end, at 53 mil here, but whatever. Actually, the other one was, I think the other one was, it was in 2 trades, so I didn't even add that 50 mil top, so it's actually even worse. Sorry. I only add the green transaction, but whatever. Let's not harp on this anymore. Let's move on. Here's the new synthetic. So they added 13,550 contracts and then 4,195. So the new synthetic is set up with 17,745 contracts, 350 strike, expires April 17th, which, it's only 2 months out, but at least we don't have to talk about it as much, and we'll see how that goes. And then here's the other one, a whopping $5 difference, as if that freaking matters. But they got 14,498 contracts. Okay, great, whatever. All right, this is, they're under that already, 1.2%. Same expiration date, though. Again, I'm not sure why the point of a $5 gap, but let's move on. All right, how did Tesla do yesterday? Not very well. It was down in the morning, then it came up, and it was kind of green, and then it went back down. So anyway, it ended up going down 3.01%. Tesley went down 2.71%. So they actually did not make any trades. They did not close any calls. They did not open any calls. It's just this, so no change here. I'm just going to give you an update on where they stand. And that's, here we go. 7,198 contracts, 397.50 strike price, 13.3% out of the money. 7,300 contracts, $400 strike price, 14% out of the money. And then we got the 385s. There's 2 sections, right? So it's 8,745 contracts total, 385 strike price, 9.77% out of the money. And then we got 9,000 contracts, 387.50 strike price, 10.48% out of the money. So I got to be honest. We always talk about this. When it tanks, when the ETF goes down on the Monday, and they do not close out their trades, which thankfully they did not. I know they get tempted to close out early, but they did not, and they left it. That's a good thing, at least in my eyes. So again, I would consider this a possible upside buying opportunity. Again, we don't know if there's upside. We don't know if Tesla's going to go up. But if it does, the lowest of the lowest is 9% away. So like, for example, if you buy, and they say it opens flat, and then Tesla goes up 8%, you should be able to capitalize on most of that as a Tesley shareholder. All right. So that's always what I talk about. Like, when these ETFs go down on the Monday, obviously, if you didn't buy it the Monday, you buy it the Tuesday morning, depending on how it opens, you could possibly, take advantage of a lot of upside potential. Again, we always say the downside of these funds is that they get capped. Well, if you basically never get capped, if you buy, right? If you buy at the right time and you don't get capped this week, then you're already on your way, right? You buy at what time? How much is it? 11.86, and it goes up, $1, and you capitalize on the whole dollar. It goes up 1%, you go up the whole percent. Anyway, let's move on. Outstanding shares, 900,000 increase. All right, here's the recap. 30-day IV of Tesla is 52.25%. Outstanding shares are at 97 mil, almost at 100,000. Total net income, 47.5 mil. Total distribution, 49 cents a share. Daily income, 3 cents. Daily yield, 0.22%. And if you annualize that sucker, that's 79%. That's good stuff right there. Again, they are winning their weeklies. It's hard. We don't want to jinx it, but they're winning the weeklies. This is how you do it. However, hate to break it to you, but we just had a synthetic drowning, hence the reaction. But thankfully, it's over. I really wanted the ripped Band-Aid picture. But of course, Google Images, very limited there. So there you go. You get the synthetic drowning. Group A declares not this week, but next week on February 19th. So stay tuned for that. All right, ready for this synthetic disaster? Let's see. All right, we lost $313 million All right, because look, look how many synthetics at 480, 400. We got the 350 and the 355, so we're good. We added everything in. Right now, again, realized loss, expense, whatever you want to call it, 313 mil. So if we take that out, we look at the weeklies. The weeklies have made 47.5 mil, and that's the important piece. Because again, they can't control the synthetics. They shouldn't get credit when the synthetic does well. We should not like destroy them when the synthetic does bad. So if we look at the income on the weeklies per share, they have made 49 cents per share. Throw that into the Rotometer, and we're getting about 70 cents, which is a 76% yield. That's the high end. And on the low end, I'm showing 48 cents, which is a 52% yield, which basically is their IV. So as of right now, again, they declare next week, so it's coming up. And our last payment was 71 cents. So as of right now, we're looking like it's almost a guaranteed drop in distribution, which is unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Now, here's the holdings. So obviously, if you go to the top, you see the new synthetics, the new pinks, very pretty, very pretty. Why? Because they're not gold diggers. They're not expensive. These are actually in our league. We can afford these because the price of Tesla is very close to the synthetic price right now. So let's enjoy it while it's here. I mean, a lot of things can happen. And then, of course, pass on the treasuries. And then here we go. We got call credit spreads, blah, 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 blah. All right, the value of this fund is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 12. The trade price is 11.86. That's disgusting. That is falling this far. But, hey, man, it is what it is. But synthetic is actually worth 19.2 mil already. But, again, who cares? They just opened it. All right, so that's the update on T to the S to the L to the Y. Now, if we go back to the trades, here we go. Misty. Hello, Misty. How are you? All right, Misty's very simple. Buy call, sell put, sell call, buy call. What the hell does that mean? Well, basically it means they are adding to their synthetic 315, same stinking expiration, 221. And they are selling a call for this week. This Friday expiration, 347.50. And this shows 3.85% out of the money, which, again, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. The market's been kind of blah lately. It's like blah, blah, blah. All right, so here's their synthetic, right? Synthetic 315. I'm guessing they added it here, right? Is that what you said? 210, that was yesterday, right? I don't know what day it is anymore. But yeah, 2,700 contracts they added to this synthetic. Great, wonderful. They're currently, the strike is 315. MSTR is 6.23% above that. This expires in 11 days. So great. This one will make money, right? However, this thing in the way, this 390, this disaster is going to make us lose our shirt. So it's not pretty. And they're going to close this out at some point. I mean, it expires next week, technically, so they don't have to close it out this week. Maybe they don't want to close it out because they want to justify paying what they want to pay on the distribution, which is, by the way, tomorrow. All right. How did MSTR do yesterday? Well, they're green. Finally, they went up. That's good. 2.16%. And look at that. MSTY went up 2.02%. So that is good. That is not, obviously they did not go up the full way, but they went up a decent amount, and that's what we want. All right, so let's see how it did that. Again, there's so much data here. I keep saying it. I don't know what to do, but I gotta read it out to you guys. It's just, they took scattered you do to a whole new level. Like, it's I don't know how many people are running this fund. Do you think it's one person or multiple people? I don't know. Probably multiple people at this point, because this is their bread and butter. This is a $2 billion fund, standalone, actively managed. So anyway, let's get to it. So again, any strike price you see highlighted, like this one, the 350, and then that one, it just means there's another one. So I have to consider that. It's for my own benefit, really. So I can consider that when I'm reading this off. All right. So like we said, 1,200 there, and then we got what, 75.40 there. So that's 8,740 contracts, 350 strike price, 4.6% out of the money. All right, and then this one, 1,250. That's a 347.50 strike price. That's 3.85% out of the money. So that's kind of tight, to be honest. Not feeling so great about that one. Here's the one without the credit call spread. 4,230 contracts, 357.50 strike price, 6.84% out of the money. I mean, that one's getting tight too. Keep in mind, there's no credit call spread on that. There's no buy call attached to it. There's no butt buddy right there to back them up. All right. But whatever. Let's is the game we play. 17,500 contracts. Again, no butt buddy. Just a standalone 355 strike price. 6.09% out of the money. And then we got two sets of 365s, right? Two sets. Yep. 235 and what? 7,390. So that's what? 7,625 contracts. 365 strike price. 9.08% out of the money. That one's a little better. Then we got what, 10,000, well, pretty much 11,000 contracts, a little more, 357.50 strike price, 6.84% out of the money. So 6% seems to be where we're gonna, where we're gonna strive for. We don't want to go any higher than 6% this week. 5,270 contracts, 362.50 strike price. That's 8% out of the money, 8.33. Then we got 2,340 contracts, 360 strike price, 7.58% out of the money. 5,000 contracts, 410 strike price. This stupid freaking. I'm sorry, these are just the butt buddies. They're standalone butt buddies because they open them separately. You'll notice that because of the red. Why is this red? Because it's an expense. They had to pay, debit their wallet. So obviously these, I'm not reading those because they're the buy calls, and they're 22% away from helping, right? These would be valuable if we want to, again, you look at them solo, they're valuable when MSTR goes above their strike of 410. However, if they go above 410, then they're going to lose all their other trades, all those calls that they sold. So we don't want to go above that. Again, it's a type of insurance that really, sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. And then we have 2,700 contracts, 347.50 strike price. This is way too tight. I mean, this is the one they just opened, apparently, right? 315, 2,700 contracts. Where is it? Yeah, right there. Okay. So they decided with 4 trading days, 3.85% on the money. That's it. That's what they want to go for, huh? Okay. Well, if we look at their annualized yield, well, actually I have to, again, it has to be within the week, but whatever. It's going to be higher than probably what they should have went for, but whatever. Anyway, outstanding shares, big increase, 1.4 mil. So outstanding shares increased by 1.81% if you guys care. Here's the recap. 30-day IV of MSTR, 75%. I mean, it's not 100, but it's still pretty good, right? I mean, we can still make money off of that. Outstanding shares sit at 79.9 mil. Total net income is 23.1 mil. Total distribution, 29 cents. Daily income, a penny. Daily yield, 0.01%. And if you annualize that sucker, 16%. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not getting all crazy and loud for a 16% annualized yield. These are the amount of people that are waiting. They're waiting for Misty declaration. Why do I do this? Why do I think it's a big crowd? Because when I make my video on the guesstimate video, the biggest video, one of the biggest videos I ever do is the Misty guesstimate video, and I freaking love it. I really do. I think it's amazing, the popularity of Misty. It's hard for any fund to ever catch up and compete with Misty. But, it's amazing. Like, people are so excited and anxiously awaiting the distribution. I don't think it's going to be anything fantastic, but still, Misty is one hell of a fund. And for these, like I was telling, Will last night at Granite Shares, they got to get an MSTR fund. It'll be their most popular fund. Again, they have a slightly different strategy, so why not get that out there? What are we waiting for? especially the fact that they trade on double leveraged funds. Oh man. So if they trade on MSTX or MSTU, selling puts, woohoo, that's going to be a pretty sweet product. But yeah. Anyway, Group D, they declare tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for the distribution announcement. It's going to be so exciting. Oh my God, I can't wait. All right, synthetic income. What do we got? We got about 217 mil. Weekly income, we got 23 mil. We have a total net income of 240 mil. That comes to approximately $3.01 per share. Win-loss record 35 wins and 13 losses. So, I mean, again, we can't use the Rodometer because the weeklies aren't making that much money. So we have to default. And I say that because, again, if the Rodometer yield is less than the IV, then more than likely I'm going to default to whatever the IV shows, right? So the IV is 75%, all right, which is higher than 14%. So I'm going to say the low is $1.58. That should be the low, technically, in my eyes. And then the high is 301. But like I said, there is no way. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. There's no way we're getting $3. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. So let's not even wish for that. So anyway, so here's the holdings. And if you look, I mean, it's pretty bad, right? You look at the 390. What is MSTR even at? It's far away from that. Like, what is this 170? What does it look like? Well, it looks like a gold digger. So, you take my money when I'm in need. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's ugly. So just like Tesley ripped the Band-Aid off, they had a synthetic drowning. Let's break up with this B, right? Let's get rid of her. She just wants our money. That's it. She not here for our looks, right? She just wants our money, and we don't even have it, unfortunately. It's way too much money. So let's get rid of her. Let's pay her off, and let's move on with our lives. And if you're curious to see the scatter-de-do disaster of trades, here it is. In light blue, those are the sold calls. In the darker blue on the bottom, that's the buy calls, right? So basically, it's a call credit spread party. But don't worry, it's all tracked on the other tab. We know what they're doing. We got this. All right, the total value of this fund is 2.1 bill. The NAV is 27.23. The trade price 27.27. And the synthetic is worth negative 100 mil. So whatever, right? They're going to close it out soon, this week, next week, probably, maybe piecemeal it. I don't know, but they'll do it soon. Maybe they'll cash out the other one and get a positive income. But we'll see. We'll see how all this plays out. So yeah, that's it for Misty. As mentioned, though, none of the other funds had trades. As we scroll through here, it was actually a rather light trading day, except for SMCI. They had a really green day. So obviously, there was some activity on SMCY. Alty, there's always freaking activity. Again, that's an active fund. And then obviously these others, these basket of stock funds, they're going to be active as well. So, but yeah, again, we're not covering them today. So let's get to the final four. Here's the final four: NVDY, AMZY, and CONY, and PLTY. All right, let's do this quick. Ready? Go. NVIDIA, you went up. They went up 2.79%. NVIDIA captured 2.03%. So that's 72% upside that they captured, which I think that's decent, right? Could be better, of course. All right, synthetically, how are they doing? Well, they got 119, a 127, a 135, and a 148. Well, they're in the middle. They're in the middle of it all, so it's not all bad. But we have to keep in mind they do expire on 2/21, so we'll see how that plays out. All right. Now, more importantly, are they going to win their weeklies? That's why we're here. That's why you've been anxiously waiting. Rod, are they going to win the weeklies? Can you shut up? Can you stop singing and just get to the damn point? All right, I'll do it. Here we go. 53,000 contracts, 132 strike price. 1.18% in the money. That's not good. 21,590 contracts, 133 strike price, 0.43% in the money. Well, that's not good either. And then we have 42,900 contracts, 134 strike price, 0.32% out of the money. That sucks as well. So, I mean, it's great that Nvidia went up, but we need it to go back down because our strikes, our highest position is a 132. That's 1.18% in the money. So right now, you could see that's going to cost us what? $20.4 million to close. We do have this call credit spread, the buy call, but that's a 139. That's way above the current price. It will play as 5.4 mil, so it'll offset the 20 mil damage. But regardless, it's early in the week. We have a chance, right? Nvidia can come back down. We sure as hell know Nvidia can come back down. So there is, 4 trading days left. Anything can happen. We can get our asses kicked. We can actually win. We don't know. That's the stock market. So we're playing to win the game, right? Play to win the game. Unless they close it out early and then forfeit, which they do sometimes. Anyway, the total value of this fund is 1.5 bill. The NAV is 2072. The trade price is 2071. Synthetic is actually overall worth money, 33 mil. So that's cool. 30-day IV of NVIDIA is 59.43%. The estimate for NVIDIA based on that is 95 cents. They're part of Group B, and they declare 15 days. Are you excited? No one cares because Misty's tomorrow. All right, you know what else is tomorrow? AMZY. All right, so how did Amazon do yesterday? Amazon had a good day. They went up 1.71%. AMZY said, you know what? I'm going to go up 1.73%. Can you deal with that? So that's 101% upside. That's amazing. So let's see how we're looking here. Synthetic is at 235, right? 235. Amazon's at 233. However, the synthetic expires on April 17th. So again, it's great and all, but whatever. Okay, here's their solo trade, 12,795 contracts, 235 strike price, 0.8% out of the money. All right, so it's fine and dandy that we captured pretty much all the upside and more, but unfortunately, based on this strike price, Amazon's got to chill for the rest of the week. So we'll see how that goes, though. I don't know, man. It's tight. The value of this fund is 297 mil. The NAV is 1961. Trade price 1964. Synthetic, what's it worth? 382,000, which is nothing. 30-day IV of Amazon is 25%. The IV estimate based on that for AMZY is 38 cents. They're part of Group D, and they declare tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. All right, what do we got? We got Coin. All right, how did Coin do? Coin did good yesterday. They did. They went up 2.04%. CONY did better. It went up 2.19%. So, that's pretty freaking awesome. Coin has earnings this week, FYI. So, get ready. Get ready. The IV should look nice for that. All right, how's our synthetic? We have a 280. We're actually at 280. Coin is at 280.22. So we're above the 280. Woohoo! So that's good, right? That's awesome. And then we have another synthetic, a 290. We're under that, however, that expires at May 16th. So whatever, we got plenty of time. More importantly, are we going to win our trades? Boom, 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 boom. You like the sound effects? Again, that's the non-edited sound effect version of a YouTube video. 5,720 contracts, 300 strike price, 7.06% out of the money. All right, that's the lowest. I'll take it. But again, it's earnings. Oh, crap, earnings. 5,550 contracts, 302.50 strike price, 7.95% out of the money. 10,760 contracts, 310 strike price, 10.63% out of the money. And then biggest position here, 19,515 contracts, 312.50 strike price, 11.52% out of the money. I got to be honest, I think it's a great spot to be in. Of course, yes, they have credit call spreads in case they jump 20%, 30%. Yeah. But we'll see how earnings goes, of course. The value of this fund stands over a bill, 1.1 bill. The NAV, 1233, trade price, 1232. Synthetic, they're in the negative 16 mil. Here's that IV. Coin's IV is at 72%. That's near MSTR's IV. So to give you an idea, that's how high it is. IV estimate for CONY is 69 cents. They're part of Group C, though, so they don't declare for another 22 days, which is March 5th. Last but not least, we have our friend PLTY. PLTY, all they do is win. All they do is make money. And all we do is sit here and say they're too expensive. But, that's what we do, right? Anyway, Palantir, they went up 4.97%. PLTY went up 4.49%. So they captured 90% of that upside. I mean, nice, very nice. Their synthetic is a 105. It expires on March 21st. And they're doing well already on that because Palantir is at 116. However, let's see how these trades are doing. Are we going to win our trades? Does PLTY win their trades? I don't know. 12,022 contracts, 120 strike price, 2.87% out of the money. With that big jump yesterday, we're still 2.87% out of the money. That's a good thing. The call credit spread, it's a $5 gap, okay? About a 5% gap. So we'll see if that's helpful or not. All right, scrolling all the way down. We do have the fund value. It's 138 mil. The NAV is 89.43. The trade price 89.56. The synthetic is worth 14.7 mil. Again, we have this synthetic income. It's going to be here until the next declaration because I want to keep in mind how much they did make on the synthetic. 30-day IV of Palantir or Palantir or P to the L to the T to the R is 64%. The estimate, the IV estimate, which basically takes PLTY times Palantir's 30-day IV divided by 13 payments, and you get 444. That is pretty sweet. All right, they're part of Group B. They declare in 15 days, all right? We have patience, right? We're going to have patience for 15 days away to that big announcement of what the biggest payment in YieldMax history possibly. I think it will be, definitely. $5 more? I don't know. What's the record? I don't know. We'll have to go look. So yeah, declaration 226. All right, so that's the final four, right? The whatever. We went through Misty. We went through Tesley. We went through the other four. Now we go to the pre-market. Assuming I pulled it up. I did. Okay. Okay. So for the pre-market, if you're new to the channel, all I do, I pull up marketwatch.com. In fact, I was supposed to add, you know what? I'm going to do some maintenance here. I'm getting rid of Mara. People probably not going to be happy about that. And TSM. How do you get rid of it? Remove. There you go. TSMY, remove. And then remove. Who's above that? Yeah. Palantir and PLTY. Yeah, I'm just trying to cover the fund. Well, SMCY, I do want to leave. I don't know. I just feel like it's too much with those and nobody cares. So let's cover this. All right. This is as of 5:17 a.m. Let me make sure that's updated. Yep, 5:17. Good. So this is the pre-market, obviously. The market opens at 9:30 a.m. I'm not telling you anything new, but just, this is a lot can change by then. That's my point. All right. This video launches around 6:30, so obviously I'm sure a lot changed by then as well. Anyway, Tesla is down 0.55%. They're at 348.80. Tesley is down 0.42%, 1181. Nvidia is down 1.09%. They're at 132.13. I think that was good, right? We were capped. NVDY is down 0.58%, 2059. Coin is up 0.25%, 280.93. CONY is up 0.41%, 1237. MSTR is up 0.4%, 335.95. Misty is up 0.59%, 2743. TSLL is down 1.11%, 1965. TNA is down 1.39%, 43.86. AMDY is down 0.34%, 868. AMZY is down 0.2%, 1960. Bitcoin is up 0.74%, 98,091. BitX is up 1.58%, 5470. Suxel is turning into Suxel again. They're down 1.43%, 2696. S to the M to the C to the I, they are down 5.46% after their big day. They're at 4040. All right, SMCY, they are down 3.93%. See, now SMC, I think today after hours, SMCI has earnings. So possible degen play on SMCX. I don't know, options guys. What do you think? Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Or are we just going to lose our shirts? All right, Palantir. There we go. I wasn't sure if I even had Palantir on here, but obviously I do. They're down 0.14%, 116.49. I think PLTY's the last one now. PLTY is up 0.95%, 90.41. So yeah, that's it. I think I have the ones that we need, the ones that we cover, the ones that people care about. Obviously, if I need to add more, then I will. But as always, this is not financial advice. Me. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then guess what? There's tomorrow. There's always tomorrow, and we will be just fine. We will entertain the hell out of you tomorrow. All right? If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down below. But like I said, go check out the video, the live interview I did yesterday. And believe it or not, guys, the live interviews, unless it's Jay, they're not really a big hit. And to be honest, it's really hard for me because I have to kind of clear out the house. I have to get, make sure it's quiet because the kids are chaos, right? If they're in the house, it's just going to be them, and you'll hear mainly them fighting. So the interviews to me are not even worth it. So just so you guys know, I'm taking quite a few months off on interviewing, unless there's some type of breaking news. But for the most part, I'm not going to go out of my way to schedule interviews. And obviously, if people reach out, I'm probably just going to tell them to hold off. So maybe summer, I don't know, but it's not really worth it. It is fun. I do enjoy it, because it's for me as well. But I think the community, I love the community involvement. Of course with, YieldMax, they're always more involved, but it is fun. It's just not ideal when you have two little kids in the house, causing World War III while you interview someone. But anyway, that being said, we're at the end of the video. And at the end of the video, we talk about the keyword. And what does that mean? It means if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. You have to say the baby. All right, so basically, if you want to prove you made it to the end of the video, you just have to type in the keyword. The key freaking word. And do you believe it, guys? Yesterday, I wasted yesterday's keyword. It didn't even freaking snow. I got it the wrong day. I thought it was going to snow yesterday, but no, it's going to snow today. So my dumbass wasted the snowing keyword. Do you believe that? I probably should have looked at the weather before. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was going to snow yesterday. But it's actually going to snow today. So I don't know. Should we do it? It's snowing again 2 days in a row. But I don't know. What do you think? But yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing today. But yeah, let's think. What do we got? What do we got here? So maybe what are we trying to think here now? Why don't we just do a shout out? How about shout out time to a YouTuber? So there's a lot of good YouTubers out there. So let's do a shout out to Kamar. Kamar has the High Yield Dividend Warriors YouTube. he used to have We the Kamars, but obviously that he's using for something else. And now he changed. He's using High Yield Dividend Warriors as his main high yield dividend channel. So go check out High Yield. I believe it's called High Yield Dividend Warriors. If you search it, I'm sure you'll see it. But what he does all live streams basically, and it's very interactive. And you're able to Q&A, have live conversations with him and others. You know, it's a pretty interesting concept, and it's a great channel and a great community. So yeah, shout out to High Yield Dividend Warriors. So go check out his channel. And that being said, he's the key word. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the key word, and that's High Yield Dividend Warriors, or We the Kamars, or Kamar, whatever you want to type in. It's up to you. Just go check out his channel. It's good stuff. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm done yapping. Just want to say thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Unless I might make a commute video. We'll see how I feel in the car, but I'll talk to you later.